Tenet 2020. Directors, Christopher Nolan. Writers, Christopher Nolan. Cast, John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki. Genre, Film 2020, Action, Sci-Fi. Rating, 8.0/10. Descriptions, Tenet 2020 is the latest Hollywood movie in high-definition quality. A man is fighting to save the world. He travels through the murky realities of international espionage, but soon his mission goes beyond the real course of things. He faces inversion, a special time management technique. Browse unlimited lookmovie online free movies in high-definition quality. Now information from Wikipedia of Tenet 2020. A CIA agent, the protagonist, participates in an undercover operation at a Kiev opera house. His life is saved by a masked soldier with a distinctive red trinket, who unfires a bullet through a hostile gunman. After seizing an artifact, the protagonist is captured by mercenaries. He endures torture before consuming cyanide. He awakens to learn the cyanide was a test of his loyalty, his team has been killed and the artifact lost. The protagonist is employed by a secret organization called Tenet. Their scientist shows him bullets and other objects with inverted entropy that allows them to move backwards through time. She says they were made in the future, the detritus of a coming war, and a weapon exists that can wipe out the past. Aided by a local contact, Neil, the protagonist traces the bullets to arms dealer Priya Singh. He discovers she is a member of Tenet. Her bullets were purchased, and then time inverted, by Russian oligarch Andrei Sater. The protagonist approaches Sater's estranged wife Kat, an art appraiser who unknowingly sold Sater a forged Goya drawing. Sater uses the drawing to blackmail her and keep her under his control. The protagonist plots to steal the drawing with Neil from a Freeport facility in Oslo airport. There, they find a machine, a turnstile, and fend off two masked men. Priya explains that the turnstile can invert the entropy of objects and people, and the masked men were the same person. In the Amalfi Coast, Kat introduces the protagonist to Sater, but learns the drawing is intact. The three go boating and Kat attempts to drown Sater, but the protagonist saves him. The protagonist offers to help Sater retrieve a case he says contains plutonium-241. In Tallinn, the protagonist and Neil ambush an armored convoy and steal the case, which contains the artifact lost in Kiev. They are ambushed by an inverted Sater, who holds Kat hostage. The protagonist gives Sater an empty case and he retreats. The protagonist saves Kat, but is captured and taken to Sater's warehouse. The inverted Sater shoots Kat with an inverted round, while the normal Sater demands the location of the artifact. The protagonist gives him false information. Tenet operatives led by Ives rescue the protagonist while Sater escapes. The group take Kat through Sater's turnstile to invert her, reversing the effect of the round. The protagonist returns to the ambush site and chases Sater. His vehicle is overturned and Sater sets it on fire. The protagonist is saved by Ives' team again. Neil reveals he is a member of Tenet. The protagonist and Neil travel back in time to the Freeport in Oslo. There, the protagonist fights his past self and enters the turnstile to revert himself, followed by Neil and Kat. Priya explains that the artifacts are parts of an algorithm Sater is assembling, capable of catastrophically inverting entropy.